Hi there guys, how you doing? This is your friend and tutor Manas, and guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to create the front view, the top view and the side view for this casting shown. Now to create these, what we're going to do is we're going to make an XY line over here, okay, and above which we're going to be creating the front view, and below this we'll be making the top view. Now in order to make the front view, you have to make an assumption initially. What is that assumption? You need to assume that the entire object is at a certain height above the horizontal plane. Let us say that the height taken is 10 millimeters. At the same time, you need to make sure that your object is at a certain distance in front of the vertical plane. So let us take that distance as 10 millimeters yet again. All right. Now when you try to look at this object from the front, from this X over here, that is the front, you can see that the maximum width that this object is having is 150 millimeters. All right. So what according to you is the maximum height? You can clearly see that this height is over here is 50. That is okay. Then if you want to move ahead, then this distance you see, this is going to work out as 25. Okay, this distance I'm talking about. So 50 plus 25 shall work out as 75. So the maximum height in this case is 75 millimeters. Anyway, we'll now go ahead and make a box of 150 by 75. 150, 75, 150 and back to where we started. Alright, so we're gonna start off from the base, and you can clearly see that this object is having some kind of a foundation of height 16 millimeters. Alright, so we're gonna go 16 steps in the upward direction, okay, and then we'll travel by an amount of 75 millimeters, but from here, from this point onwards. So let's go ahead and do that. 16 millimeters from here, yeah, okay, 16, 1, 6, and then 75 millimeters, and then we're gonna have this line, this sort of an edge that you see. So let's fit in that, and this sort of a portion that you see, inclined portion with the vertical plane that you see, is going to be observed as a straight line. Let's make that from here to here. Yeah, there you go. So this is something that you guys can see. Okay, let me darken this portion. I mean the portion that is absolutely visible by dark solid lines. Let me use a different color for this purpose, red. Let us do this dark also. Yeah, done. So what's next? Let's move ahead and let's fix the location of this circle. Now this circle appears at a height of say 50 millimeters from the bottom. 50 millimeters from the bottom. All right, please watch this carefully. Let me show you that once again. 50 millimeters from the bottom, and then towards the right we need to travel by an amount of 25 millimeters. You can clearly see that this bigger circle, okay, this outer circle in fact is having a diameter of 50, hence the radius is going to be 25. So basically this distance, horizontal distance that we need to travel is 25. All okay. So 50 above and then 25 towards the right, so that you can have a center, okay, and then you can make these concentric circles. All right, so 50 above from here, from the base, okay, from the base, 50 above, let me do that, and then 25 towards the right, and that's the center point. All right, that's the center point. Now with this as the center, we have two concentric circles. Now one is going to be having a diameter of 25, so its radius is going to be 12.5, while the other one is having a diameter of 50, and hence its radius is going to be 25. So let's have these two circles. So for circle, you have this 12.5, there you go, and then one more circle is there outside, the bigger one, same center, the radius is different, it's 25. That's it. Now let me make sure that these two circles are shown by dark solid lines. Okay, this is something that is absolutely visible when you look at this from the front. All right, now let's go ahead and darken this line. Let me use a dark color, red. Perfect. So guys, we need to think now what else can be done. Now this, you see, this line appears as if it is a tangent towards this circle. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be drawing a line from here, from this point, and we're going to make sure that it appears in fact as a tangent. So let's start from here, and where it is, there you go, there you go, that's a tangent. Let's join it. There you go. This is exactly how this strip, this 16 mm white strip would appear from the front. Okay, and let's use a different color for this. So guys, the front view is almost over. The only thing left in the front view is this hollow portion that we're going to make, but this is something that I'll take up after creating the top view. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and make the top view, and for drawing the top view, the maximum width again is going to be, this is 150 and this is 70. So we're going to make a box of 150 by 70 mm. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. 150 by 70, this is going to be 150, this is going to be 70, 150, and back to where we started. So when you try to look at this object from the top, this portion, please see where the mouse is hovering. Okay, this portion I'm talking about, this portion is visible, this portion is visible, this is visible, this is also visible. All right, I'm going to initially create this profile. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Let us darken this. All right, now we need to travel by an amount of 75 millimeters, and then we're going to join this over here at a distance of 16 millimeters. We're going to have a point over here. So let's travel by an amount of 75. That's it. And from here, this point onwards, in this direction, 16 millimeters. So 16 millimeters from here. So 1 6. Yeah, there you go. And we're going to join this point, okay, with something over here that we place 75. All right, now I'm going to chip off this portion about this line. Let us do that quickly. That is not going to be a part of the top view. All right, this profile you see. Okay, now we're gonna have to make this, represent this rather, with the help of dark solid lines. Yeah, pretty good. Let's do this. Yeah, that's okay, man. Now let us go ahead and do something else. You see this profile, guys, this one I'm talking about, the circle starts here, ends here, okay, in the top view. So what I'm going to be basically doing is I'm going to be extending these so-called projector lines down below, something like this. Done. Yeah, pretty good now. And I can extend the line from here also. Let's do that. Okay, so we're gonna be having some kind of this circular tube extruding from here, and this tube is having a length of 25 millimeters. So basically what we need to do is this. Please watch this carefully. From here onwards, I'm going to be drawing a line 25 millimeters, and then let me close it down. Okay, something like this. Let me check whether it is really 25 or not. Yeah, that's 25. Pretty good. And then from here on, we're going to turn towards this direction until we reach here. That's it. That's it. And let's just close that down. Now this is something that you're going to see from the top. Okay, now let me show you this. Let me initially darken this, and then we're going to work out which portions are going to be visible and which portion is not visible. Now right now what I'm going to be doing is this portion, this part over here, this very small portion of that part is not going to be visible when you try to look at this object from the top. Okay, so you're going to have to use a different line to represent that part, and since this part, only this portion I'm talking about immediately falls below this part, and we're going to have to use a hidden line for doing that. Let's go ahead and do that. This with this, that's it. And let me, yeah, pretty good. And I'm going to be using red color and a hidden line to represent this portion. All right, that's pretty good. Now guys, please watch carefully. This portion is actually hollow from here to here. Okay, so in the top it would appear as if there are going to be hidden lines from this point. Let me show you exactly where. From here to here and from here to here. So these are going to be represented by hidden lines. Let me show you how that can be done. Hidden lines. Okay, using a different color, let's say red. And what I'm going to be doing is, let me chip off this portion to show you exactly the location of those so-called hidden lines. In fact, let us do that. There you go. So these are the hidden lines that I was talking about. Now guys, there is this strip starting somewhere here, that is exactly at the point where this line is a tangent to this circle. Okay, so this line is a tangent to this circle at this point, and we need to draw a line from here. That's the point, and from this point onwards we're going to be coming downstairs, and let's say from here. Okay, we have this strip starting, and this strip is going to be 16 millimeters wide. You can see that clearly now. 16 millimeters, so 16 millimeters, and that's the strip. Okay, so the only thing that we need to do right now is to darken this portion. Let's go ahead and do that. 0.3 red color. Yeah, pretty good. Now when you make this, this portion is not going to be visible, so we need to chip off this portion. All right, let's do that quickly. There you go, and that is something that you're going to see, this sort of a tube portion that you're going to see from the top. All right, now we're going to go ahead and make this sort of this hollow portion, and for doing so, what I'm going to be doing is from this point onwards, this point corresponds to this point over here. I'm going to travel 28 millimeters, and then I'm going to move towards the left hand side by an amount of, say, this is how much? This is 36 millimeters. And when I do so, I'll reach here, that is the center, and this is the center for these two semicircles. Now guys, please listen and watch carefully. The smaller semicircle appears to have a diameter of 16, and hence its radius is going to be 8, whereas this larger semicircle, okay, is having a diameter as 32, and hence its radius is going to be 16. So let's do this step by step. 28 millimeters here, and then 36 here. Okay, 28, then 36, and this point automatically becomes the center point of two semicircles. So initially I'm going to be drawing circles, and then I'm going to chip off half of circle to make it appear as a semicircle. So these two circles, the semicircles in fact, are having radius equal to the smaller one is having a radius of 8, larger one is having a radius of 16. So let's go ahead and do that. 8 and 16, yeah. 8, or the other one 16. There you go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to chip off this half portion. All right, and how can that be done? Let us see. Yeah, pretty good. Let us draw a line about which I'm going to be chipping off that portion. All right, yeah, pretty much. There you go. Now let us move ahead, and we're going to travel this center to this center. The distance is how much? 32. So let us plot that distance from here onwards. 32. Pretty good. So this is the new center, and with this as the center, you need to draw these two semicircles now over to this side. Again, both of them are going to be having the same radii. This one is going to have a radii of 8, and this outer one is going to be having a radii of 16, obviously. Now I'm going to be using the mirror command for doing so. Let us do that. Yeah, pretty much. Now let's join this with the help of a line, something like this. Let us copy this. Yeah, we're almost done with the top view now. You don't need this line now. Okay, so I'm removing this, and what now? You need to darken this portion. Pretty good. Alright guys, now that we have successfully created front and top views, we'll now go ahead and make the left hand side view, and for that I'm going to be drawing a line over here. Okay, towards the right of this line we have the profile plane, onto which the side view, or to be very specific, the left hand side view is going to be made. And for that, follow the steps. Initially you need to draw a line from this intersection point. Okay, now I'm going to be extending lines, horizontal lines, from each and every point in this particular profile, this top view. Let's see how it works. So let me select all these lines, and I'm going to be using the extend command, and I'm going to be extending all of these lines until they reach this sort of inclined line at an angle of 45 degrees. Yeah, pretty good. Now we're talking. Pretty close. These lines are extremely close to one another. Okay, that's it, guys. But guys, it seems as if you forgot something when you speak of the front view. Okay, this hollow portion I'm talking about. Okay, it starts here and ends here. Okay, so its top view starts from here and the top view ends here. And what I'm going to be doing is its corresponding front view is going to look something like this. Please watch carefully. As promised earlier, I told you that this front view of this sort of a hollow portion is going to be made after creating its top view, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to be using this hidden line for this purpose. Where is it? Hidden 2. Yeah, there you go. And using a red color for this. That's it. Okay, now let's go ahead and do something else. Okay, this sort of portion, this that what do you say, this looks like an athlete track. Okay, a racing track in fact. Now this portion in fact appears at a height of 3 millimeters. All right, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to give it some height. Okay, and I'm going to be using this fillet command. All right, so let us do so. From here till we reach here, from here till we reach here, and this height has to be given as how much? Let us see once again. This is 3 millimeters. 3, and we're gonna have to travel, I don't know how much we need to travel. We need to travel it from here also 3 millimeters, and then let's join them. All right, now let me use a different color for this. Yeah, there you go. And we're going to be using this fillet command so that we can have a smooth curve, something like this. All right, let's do so. Fillet. I'm going to be using this radius. Okay, so this height is how much? This is 3. I'm going to be using this radius as 2, and I'm going to be selecting this part and this part. That's the fillet I was talking about. All right, now we're going to go ahead and make a fillet over here also. By default it is 2 millimeter radii. Okay, and let us now join this portion again, and let us darken this. Yeah, there you go. Okay, this sort of profile that you see. Okay, now let us proceed. Let's have this upper limit. That's the limit. Okay, now let us extend lines from here. We're going to extend all these lines until they meet this horizontal line here, and it should look something like this. Yeah, there you go. Now, so what's next, guys? Initially I'm going to be making this portion, okay, this base over here, 16 mm base, foundation, whatever you say. So let's have those so-called lines from over here and here. 16 millimeters. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is let me use a dark color for this immediately. So it starts from here and ends here. All right, this is the entire width. Okay, starting here and ending here. So let us go ahead and do that, something like this. Pretty good. Done. I'm going to chip off all those portions which are not going to be evident, but right now I'm going to be using a dark pencil for this purpose. All right, so we have this 16 millimeter width. 16, so this is 16 millimeters, this is 16 millimeters, and from here you need to go upstairs, okay, until you reach here. Let me show you exactly the position. For that I'm going to be using this sort of construction. Okay, so we have to travel by this amount, and the limit is over here. That's it, that's the limit. Let's have this, and let's have this also. There you go. Let me do this until we reach here. That's it. Now what? So we have this line also, this line I'm talking about. That's the line. There you go. But what now? Do you see a line over here? No, we don't. So you don't need to draw this line, you need to chip off this portion. There you go. What's next? Okay, so when you try to visualize this object from the left hand side, you'll see 2 hidden lines. So from the center, one hidden line is going to be 12.5 millimeters above, whereas the other hidden line is going to be 12.5 millimeters below. And something like this will happen. The entire width is how much? Let me see, it's 25. So up till we reach this line I'm talking about. Please watch this carefully. Okay, from here to here. All right. So we have a hidden line here. That's it. Let me check whether I've done it correctly or not. Here, here. Yeah, pretty good. And we also have one more hidden line. That's the hidden line, and we're gonna use a thin sort of a line for this purpose, and we're gonna be using a hidden to line for this. Okay, now I'm gonna chip off the portion. How can we do that? Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna chip off that portion. That's it. And that's how these so-called hidden lines are, in fact. All right. So you have this portion, and then you have to come down below. All right, and it should look something like this. Please watch carefully, and let me use a different color for this. So we have to reach here, this bottom point. That's it. And let us do this here, 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 and here, and here. That's it. That's how the object looks from the left hand side. Okay, and some portions are still remaining. How can we do so? Let's go ahead and do that. Now this sort of profile that you see, okay, this is let me use again I need to change the color. Layer, black. Okay, so we're gonna start off with this portion from, let us see, from here, this line, and we're gonna end up over here. All right, 3 millimeters above, and then over here, and then this ends. All right, so let me use a dark one for this, red, and then let us use the fillet command. All right, again use the fillet command. Yeah, there you go. Well, that's it. And hidden lines, where are those so-called hidden lines? So it's gonna, hidden lines are gonna start from here till here. Let me do this. All right, so let me make the hidden lines. Layer, where is it? Hidden two. Yeah, there it goes. Start from here and end here. That's it. Yeah, it's a pretty good job, man. So guys, that was all about how to create the front view, top view, and the left hand side view for this particular object. All right, and if you want to see how the dimensioning is being done, let me show you. I've already made this problem this way, so it's better if you can take a picture of this. All right, it would be much better. Let me, yeah, that's better. All right, so guys, that was all from my side. If you have any doubts or queries, do write them down in the comment section below. I'll be very happy to answer them. And guys, if you believe that this video tutorial has added value to your knowledge of engineering drawing or engineering graphics, then do recommend this channel to your friends and classmates so that all of you can learn engineering drawing in the best possible way. I'll be taking up a few more problems in this regard or in this topic of orthographic projection. And until then, it's a wrap for today. This is Manas Patnaik signing off. Take care, have a great day, and keep drawing.